just arrived, all the kits being put together, set up for the walking beast to come. It's a beautiful place. We came here on the live, a lot happened, and that's why we've got to come back.
To be quite honest with you, when I came here last time, when we did the live show, things seemed to be quite scary, very spooky, and probably because there was such an atmosphere, because we had the media here and everyone else was here. There was a lot of people who were here for the first time with the crew members, so you know you felt their energies as well. But being here now, it just feels very, very homely. I'll be very, very surprised if anything happens in this particular location tonight.
If there's someone there, make a sound. Shit.
Do you mean us harm? Do you and your 8 friends mean us harm?
Yvette, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your fingers. Interesting, we've come back here. I guess we've come back because it was so active last time. But we have to bear in mind it was Halloween. There was, if you like, the veil between this world and the next is traditionally thinner at that time. So I'm just interested to see what happens later on, whether indeed there's the same level of activity, or whether the fact that it was Halloween, it's such an important festival, makes any difference.
The thing that happened to me on the live was that something hit me on the head really, really hard, that really made me jump, and I screamed out loud. And then upstairs, we went upstairs, and the door was just pushed out of my hand with the force, and there was nobody there. Carl was on the other side of the room, and I was by myself. So some strange things definitely happened to me when we were here on the live.
I've not been here before, obviously the rest of the crew have. So at the moment it just feels like a nice warm family home, beautiful surroundings, got a gorgeous view. And at the moment I don't feel scared at all here, but who knows what could happen later on. After what happened at the live to everyone, hopefully it should be an interesting night. So we'll let you know later.
We've just done the lit walk around with Yvette, Derek and Kieran. There's some strange revelations that did come up when we were here on the live, which is quite strange. That apparently the residual energy is stronger than it was then, and it's bringing forth new things, which is great. And that's why we've extended this investigation or completed it. Derek picked up on one room being a jail. We haven't got any proof of it yet. We are working on it, we're looking at the history of it, but we've got no proof that it was. But then we've got no proof it wasn't.
Right, this is absolutely amazing. Ivy, if we were, I'll point it out to you, this is a bathroom, yeah? If I went to that wall and we came along into this room is broken down. The different picture of this room now is of a number of cells, just very small, cramped rooms. I feel it was like, how can I put it? Not like the conventional jail, but like a holding area to be judged. But they were brought here, just herded like cattle. A lot of them, who didn't come in for any what we call major crime. This is what's all coming out here. Would not walk out of here. It slaughtered them.
Strange enough, that is a new part of the property. It's over that end of the house. But we are going to look to see what we can find out. Picked up a name of a jail, which will be easy to trace. So yeah, we've got a lot of work to do.
I've just been for a walk around with Kieran and Yvette. Interesting, there seems to be one dominant female here, being called, an astral called Elizabeth, and there's a little girl as well who seems to be running away permanently from someone, something, I guess, not quite clear. I'm very conscious in this whole house of a little girl running around.
Is she what, here all the time?
Active, yeah. And she's being, you know, I don't, this sounds awful, but she's been constantly chased. It seems like she's been constantly chased around. She's using the word grandmother. She's running away from grandmother. So she's obviously done something to upset her somewhere along the line.
How old would you say this little girl was?
She's around 6, and she's not very old. She's crying now. She's sitting in a corner crying. She's like crying. I'm asking her.
Can you see her?
I can see her in my mind's eye. I can't physically see her. She's not that strong, but I can see her here. It's rare that I actually see, and when I do see them, that usually means they're a very strong energy. She's so upset. Why is she so upset? She's done something. The grandmother is really angry with her. She's shown me blood on her hands, is what she's saying. So she feels as if she's caused someone's death, clearly. She's caused someone's death, that's what she's saying to me. I'm not sure just how active it's going to be here. I think there's certainly activity here, but how active it will be on this particular night, I'm not sure. I think it may be later on, if anything, much later on, like midnight, 1 o'clock, before we see anything kick off.
The atmosphere is starting to get a little bit heavier. Only today we were a bit blasé with it all. It was light, and it's such a warm, friendly place. This is quite. Even though we've experienced things here and alive, it's still hard to believe it's haunted. But we'll see later on. See what happens.
After Derek and David's compelling walkabouts within the farm, it was time to begin the night vigils. Richard and Rachel spent their time in the main bedroom.
The strange thing is about this place is, personally,
Yeah.
I'm not scared.
No, I must be honest
Because
with
it's
you.
like a home, it smells
I
nice.
don't. I'm not scared. But then again, I'm not alone.
Well, I think we should sit on the floor because it's easier, isn't it?
I think so.
Because then we know that we're not
Yeah.
making the
Yeah.
noise.
We can. Yeah. I'm not at all worried about this.
Well, the weird thing is, both of us, I saw it from home, you saw it from the hub.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stuff
Exactly.
happening here. But being in here, it's just like it is somebody's home.
It is a very nice
But
home.
very well decorated, very comfy, very warm.
But of course, you must remember that those things can often cloud the issue. Because we know for a fact that this place has been here in some form for probably 400 or 500 years. And that's what often lulls people into a false sense of security. The modern trappings of everyday life. Come on, spirits, someone there. Someone wants to talk to us. Then please try and make contact with us now. Make some noise within this room. If there's someone there, make a sound. Shit. That was up here.
There's no one. I'm going to go and check.
Anyone there?
No one out there.
Oh, come on.
That was out there. That was definitely out there. Okay. I thought it was either from over there or outside. It wasn't. It was just outside the door.
It was. I mean, it was like a rap or a tap.
I wasn't sure whether it was.
Are you there?
outside the door.
Come on, you've done it once. There's someone here. If there's someone there that wants to make contact, that wants help, that wants release from this earth, if you do want us to help you to be released, no, that's not. That's something else. That's different.
That was in the corridor. Footsteps. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did. If you're there and you want to talk to us, if you want to make contact, please make us a noise now. Make a noise in this room or in the corridor to let us know that you're with us.
I've just come from a vigil. Started off fine, or we said, why don't we do some ghost writing or automatic writing? Yvette sort of seemed to go into some sort of trance, which was hard because although she could hear everything, she wasn't responding. It was harrowing to see, it really was, because that's not Yvette.
I've just been on a vigil with Kath, Rachel and Alex upstairs here at Wellhead Farm.
We were sitting in the farm bedroom, which is a great, nice, comfy, homely feeling room. So we're sat in there in this nice comfy bed, all of us just saying we don't feel anything. David wasn't picking up on anything. I'm not sure if anything happened in that room. I don't think anything happened whilst we were in there, but we decided to go into the corridor. Some people have described it as like a scraping or a dragging noise. To me it sounded like a scratching on the wall, and we heard it once, but then the second time that it started happening, it felt as if it was coming towards us, and where I was sitting it felt as if it was coming towards me, and I actually got quite scared by this.
And it just continued. It wasn't a case of make a noise if there's anybody there. It just kept coming towards us, like someone was coming towards us. Rachel thought it was like a scratching from the wall. I personally felt it was more like someone scratching along the floor, really, to be honest.
We decided to go into the room where it sounded like the noise was coming from. So then again we're asking for noises to be made, and we heard banging noises, like knocking noises.
They were perfect. It was brilliant. There was fantastic sounds, unexplainable.
If there's anyone here, please make yourself known. Make a noise for us.
That was a definite door bang.
What is that?
You have to go.
See, that's continuous now.
What the fuck was that?
David, what was that?
I still think it's something downstairs.
I do. If that's you, Alison or Catherine.
Oh my god.
I was kind of half convinced, I think Kath was as well, there was something going on downstairs, shutting the doors, people, etc. The scratching couldn't explain. So we came downstairs and we went to see the owners. They said they hadn't moved, and besides which, the gentleman here pointed out, there isn't any doors. He in fact was going to fit some doors to the property today. There's obviously outside doors, but there's no internal doors other than one at the bottom of the stairs. And on the lower level, this is the upper level, the bedrooms have doors, but it wasn't them that were banging, it sounded like it was underneath us. But there are no doors. And they hadn't moved, so make of that what you will.
I've just come back from doing a second vigil with David, Alex and Kath, getting upstairs. This time we took a glass with us to kind of do some glass divination as well as like a seance and see what happened.
I think all of us were really quite frightened, especially when we realised that we were talking to Alison, sorry, with Z, and Elizabeth.
She wanted David's help, so we're trying to work out whether she wanted to go to the light, whether he could help find out what she'd actually done, so he was trying to tune into her channel with her. And that wasn't what she wanted. She wanted him to do something negative. Elizabeth, is this you? I've gone really cold. Elizabeth.
The draft in the hand.
Yeah. Elizabeth, is that you moving this glass? Elizabeth, do you mind me asking you these questions? Would you like me to carry on asking you these questions, Elizabeth? Please, can you tell me if anyone here means to harm us?
Oh God.
Elizabeth, can David help you in any way?
Ask her if she wants me to. I don't really want to go to the light. Ask her if she wants me to open a channel to the light.
Elizabeth, would you like David to open a channel for you to go to the light? Are you sure, Elizabeth, that David can help you?
I don't know what she wants. She doesn't want to go to the light. She doesn't want to tell the true story.
Kathy, you okay?
Yeah, I'm just. She doesn't like
A bit
it.
worried. They're fine,
Well,
Kathy.
what
Not
if she wants
threatening.
something nasty?
She doesn't.
Well,
Well, ask her.
you put your
Ask her if
finger
she
on.
wants. Okay. If she wants something negative, just say.
Elizabeth, do you want David's help because you want to do something negative?
Okay. Tell her she's. Say. She's not having my energy. That's what she wants. She's not having my.
Elizabeth, you can't have David's energy. Elizabeth, you can't take David's energy. Do you mean us harm? Do you and your 8 friends mean us harm? Right, you can fuck off then, I don't want to do it anymore.
I've just come from a vigil with Yvette, Kieran, David, John Sell, myself. Started off fine.
I don't really feel a strong sense of anyone at all.
It's the second time it's done this.
What's that?
The first time it recorded for about 40 seconds and then just froze, and now I started it again and it's just gone to 20 seconds and it's froze again.
And what's that recording?
This is just MP3. It's just in case we get any sounds, at least we've got a backup recording of this, but it's just freezing.
Has it happened before?
Hasn't happened on any of the shoots where I've used this. Hasn't happened at all.
Rachel's camera switched off up here when we're here. Completely. Camera just went click off.
See, that's quite a common occurrence. That's quite a common occurrence in phenomena, isn't it? Paranormal investigations of technical equipment turning off. I mean, we've had batteries go down just like that, and before.
At this location earlier today, I put a fully charged battery into the monitor, which should last a few hours at least, and it lasted literally 30 seconds. It just died. And that's never happened with those batteries before.
We said, why don't we do some ghost writing? Or automatic writing. This is where you put a blank piece of paper and then a pen. But Yvette volunteered. And then what sort of followed was quite a strange... it was just... I don't know, it was difficult. Yvette sort of seemed to go into some sort of trance, which was hard because although she could hear everything, she wasn't responding.
What happened? I suddenly slipped into past-life regression, and I thought, why am I doing this? Because I never felt I had any association with this place or this time or anything like that. Yvette started to write very heavily in the book, and it seemed to go into something now. Not quite sure what it was myself. Having sat down and thought about it, that past-life regression seemed more to me to be about picking up on something Yvette was experiencing, although she didn't have conscious memory of it. Yvette, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your fingers. Leave her.
Come on, Yvette. Come on, sweetheart. We got her out of it. It was harrowing to see. It really was, because that's not Yvette. And I don't know what to say. It was absolutely fascinating, very scary, and I know Yvette's absolutely drained.
For me, though, what it highlights is the need for all of us within the Most Haunted team, to be more aware of who we are, and by that I don't mean It's what I do for a living, and this is where I live. Who we truly are as souls, if you like. What we've done in the past, as far as our past lives go. What we're made up of astrologically, maybe look at everybody's charts, I think would be a really good idea. And delve a little bit deeper into the personalities and the souls, more importantly the souls of the whole Most Wanted team.
I think it's a difficult one because a lot happened, and it's just very weird indeed. Again, I just think quite often in these things they can end up by giving you a lot more questions than they give answers. But it's been brilliant. I'm really glad to come back here because the investigation wouldn't be complete without doing it properly. On the live, we get to as many places as possible wherever the audience sends us. And we're probably here for about 20 minutes, half an hour then, but we've just done 24 hours. We've got some long vigils. A lot of surprising things happened, and as far as that's concerned, I'm just so pleased we continued it. Even though there are more questions, who knows when they come back. But anyway, that's enough for Most Wanted. Thanks for watching, the Most Wanted Extra. Thanks for watching, and please join us next week. I'm sure we'll have something more scary to tell you. Oh, we're going to a nasty place next week where we all passed out in the live. So join us next week and see if that doesn't scare you. I know it's scaring me, I'm not even there yet.